Okay. Grand Rising. In gratitude, thanks for coming back to the channel. It's Shay Seeking from American Aborigines Unchained. And we're going to be doing another episode of This Is Not Your Mama's Bible Study. And this is going to be part 2 of the book of Isaiah 44, I believe we're in. And again, like I was saying previously, that this may not even be talking about everyone not partaking. It may just be talking to Israel and not partaking in those particular things with the molten images. Okay. And then again, times of antiquity, when they say the molten calf and Baal and all these other things, you would have to think and again, just because this is a balanced channel, that when we're talking about some of this stuff, it's talking about, especially in the New Testament, well, in the Old Testament, we're talking about, I feel, old world America is kind of how I generalize it when I'm reading that. The New Testament is the new world. Okay. And so that's what was transpiring or supposedly transpiring through that time. But before both of those things, you would have um, ancient kingdoms set up around, and we can't just keep our minds on the fact. And again, I don't do that much videos about things like that anymore, but we can't just focus on things being where they're telling us that they are today on the map, because it was not the case. Okay. Remnants of things that seem like ancient Ethiopia, with the A and the, like they would spell it with the A that looks like the AE. um Ancient Egypt, Sumeria, all of these places had a place also here, I feel, in the Americas, if it was not even just the original. Okay, this is just how I look at it throughout my research. Now it says here that, okay. All right, so this could be in any way forming something that would be a god. Okay. Behold, all his fellows shall be ashamed, and the workmen, they are of men. Oh, hold on. His fellows shall be ashamed, and the workmen, they are of men. Let them all be gathered together. Let them stand up. Yet they shall fear, and they shall be ashamed together. The smith with the tongs both worketh in the coals, and fashioneth it with hammers, and worketh it with the strength of his arms. Yea, he is hungry, and his strength faileth. He drinketh no water, and is faint. The carpenter stretches out his rule. Apologies, something just hit me. The carpenter stretcheth out his rule. He marketh it without a line. He fitteth it with planes. And he marketh it out with a compass. And he maketh it all after the figure of a man, according to the beauty of a man, that it may remain in the house. Okay, hold on, y'all. something just hit me, but I'm not gonna, it's kind of personal. Okay. He heweth him down cedars, and taketh the cypress and the oak, which he strengtheneth for himself among the trees of the forest. He planteth an ash, and the rain doth nourish it. I don't know why this is making me think about something being taken, someone replaced in a sense. And maybe, I mean, even this rain here is not talking about raindrops. Maybe it's talking about, you know, rain, like REIGN. Nourishing it, like feeding it. And maybe it's not. I don't know. Then shall it be for a man to burn. For he will take thereof and warm himself. Yea, he kindleth it and baketh bread. Yea, he maketh a god and worship it. He maketh it a graven image and falleth down thereto. I don't know. That part, oh, that's really on me for some reason. I don't know. He burneth part thereof in the fire, with part thereof he eateth flesh. He roasteth roast, and he is satisfied. Yea, he warmeth himself, and saith, I am warm. I have seen the fire. And the residue thereof he maketh a god, even his graven image. He falleth down unto it, and worship it, and prayeth unto it, and saith, Deliver me, for thou art my God. They have not known nor understood, for he hath shut their eyes, that they cannot see, and their hearts, that they cannot understand. See, this is sounding something like, you know, a copy, a duplicate person, you know, like a doppelganger. You know, I don't know. This is just sounding like something to me. Even, you know, it's making me think like in the future, like how they have on that one show, where people were ordering brides or ordering on the Black Mirror episode, I believe. I don't know. This is weird to me. I don't know. I'm just seeing something like this. And none considereth in his heart, neither is there knowledge nor understanding to say, I have burned part of it in the fire. Yea, also I have baked bread upon the coals thereof. I have roasted flesh and eaten it. Oh. And I shall make the residue thereof an abomination. Shall I fall down to the stock of a tree Huh. Also making me think about a family tree, even. He feedeth on ashes. A deceived heart hath turned him aside, that he cannot deliver his soul, nor say, is there not a lie in my right hand? He feedeth on ashes. A deceived heart hath turned him aside, that he cannot deliver his soul, nor say, is there not a lie in my right hand? Remember these, O Jacob and Israel, for thou art my servants. I have formed thee. Thou art my servants, O Israel. Thou shalt not be forgotten of me. Okay. So again, now this is saying that I have formed thee. Thou shalt not, okay. There are my servants, O Israel. Thou shalt not be forgotten of me. I have blotted out as a thick cloud thy transgressions, and as a cloud thy sin. Return unto me, for I have redeemed thee. Sing ye heavens, for the Lord hath done it. Shout ye lower parts of the earth, break forth into singing. Ye mountains, O forest, and every tree therein, for the Lord hath redeemed Jacob and glorified himself in Israel. So that's just a strange way of putting that. O forest, and every tree therein, for the Lord hath redeemed Jacob and glorified himself in Israel. Thus saith the Lord, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. I am the Lord that maketh all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens alone, that spreadeth abroad the earth by myself, that frustrateth the tokens of the liars, and maketh diviners mad, that turneth wise men backward, and maketh their knowledge foolish, that confirmeth the word of his servant, and performeth the counsel of his messengers, that saith to Jerusalem, thou shalt be inhabited, and to the cities of Judah, ye shall be built, and I will raise up the decayed places thereof. Okay. That saith to the deep, be dry, and I will dry up the rivers. That saith Cyrus. Okay, so again, this is sounding like a totally different God here. Because even when we're talking about this here, saith to the deep, be dry, I will dry up the rivers. Okay. That saith Cyrus, he is my shepherd and shall perform all my pleasures, even saying to Jerusalem, thou shalt be built, and to the temple thy foundation shall be laid. So I think, yes, this is sounding like a totally different God that has, because think about this, if someone's bringing somebody in as a servant, that means that you're of service too. And then the chosen would be Israel, which they may have chosen as a something that they would choose out of the garden, like plucking a piece of fruit or something. Do you see what I'm saying? Or plucking up a group. So this is also sounding a lot like a form of a servitude here. And then the fact that we're even talking about here, Jerusalem, okay, because I think of Jerusalem as a paramount, okay, somewhat of a feminine aspect, and I feel as though Israel is a feminine aspect and a paramount. But it may be because Israel walked away, because there was a part that I was thinking of about taking that taking that low road in order for people to pass over. And so then that means that, so that made one of the gods exalt Israel into a different position because of taking that step or taking that fall. I don't know. I'm just thinking of it in that sense right now. Okay. And then the fact that drying up all of the rivers is making me think about how we were in Revelations again, and it said that the sea was gone. Is again what make me think that is we're talking something maybe indigenous or something of that nature. It's just what I'm seeing. You know, I don't know. It's just what I'm seeing. So yeah. And so yeah, again, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and join us in the Facebook group American Aborigines Unchained, where we have more information like this and other various information, alternative information, and works. And I will see you guys soon. Okay, so I think that now we're going to talk about that ended with Jerusalem, and I think the next one is going to be talking a little bit about Egypt and Israel and things like that. So yeah, so hopefully somebody can do something with that. um yeah, I see this as, yeah, because again, right before that is Babylon's destruction foretold. So this is saying that before, in Isaiah, that they're going to be foretelling about Babylon's destruction. But yeah, let's keep going. And this might even put now Israel in a position where it's not the normal position. Excuse me. But as a servant, or, you know, won't, use the other word, but a servant. Okay. I'm also seeing barcode. It keeps flashing in my mind. So, okay, so let's keep going. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do 45, and then I'm done for today.